Hey, what's going on? It's Coach Charlie with Attack Basketball Academy. Has your coach ever called on you to be a part of a double team in basketball to create pressure, obviously to make the other team rush? It seemed like a great idea at the time, but all of a sudden you find that the player that you went to go double team ends up busting out of your trap, right? And then they end up subsequently making an easy pass to an open teammate for a score. Executing a proper double team can be a huge way to create momentum. I totally get it in your team's direction. I want to show you today how to create the proper momentum and never again be embarrassed by a player breaking your double team. So today in this video, I'm going to show you how to double team in basketball. Let's go. In this video, I'm going to tell you the must-have mentality to ensure your double team will shut down the offensive team. Then I'm going to tell you the little known secret to trapping an offensive player so they can never escape. Last, I'm going to show you the technique behind executing a double team that even the most elite athletic players can't break through. This is something I teach to all of my players. Whether they are 6 years old or 26 years old, it does not matter. They are always amazed at how easy this really works. Let's get right into the must-have mentality to ensure your double team will shut down the offensive team. It all starts with the purpose of the double team. See, the purpose of a double team, I'm going to just write down one word, right? And it's short. The press is only used to apply pressure, right? The whole point of a press, right, is to really apply pressure. It's to make the team rush, right? You want to make the opposing team rush, right, or speed up, and ideally make them play faster than they're used to playing. And what you are hoping for in that regard, the objective of the double team or trap is for teams to make what? Mistakes that you all on your team can capitalize on for early offensive opportunities. So you really see this in teams that are very athletic, right? They can cover a lot of ground. So we talk about teams that are athletic, defensively, very talented teams, and they can cover a lot of ground, being, okay, if I just show you my makeshift court, and a lot of teams will love to trap, full court. This is the basket they're defending, so they're going to, and I'm just kind of showing you, they're going to look to put pressure because they have the players that have the range of motion, the agility. They can front load the trap. This is the basket that they're protecting here, right? And I call it, they can front load the trap. They just scored. They can set up their trap because they can cover a lot of ground, right? They want to get the ball in this area. Here all of a sudden somebody comes over. You got the defense shifting over, right? You got somebody in the back that can come up. They can cover a lot of ground. So the whole point of the press is to put pressure on the other team in hopes of the other team making too many mental and physical mistakes that they can capitalize on to do what? To get easy offensive opportunities at the basket. Before I tell you the little known secret to trapping an offensive player so they can never escape, I want to remind you to subscribe to this channel. I'm putting out videos daily to help develop you into a premium basketball player. Don't miss out on the content. Click the subscribe button. Now I'm going to tell you the little known secret to trapping an offensive player so they can never escape. See, it's all about the angles. It's all about the angles, right? Basketball to me, like a lot of sports, but let's just talk about basketball. Basketball comes down to what I call length and angles. It's all it comes down to, right? It comes down to length and understanding angles. right? And the understanding of angles is this. See, length comes down to the longer you play. And then angles go with how straight you play. Are you playing in a straight line? And then the key is with angles, and particularly, it's if I can get you to not play in straight lines where you just can't go from what I would call, A to B. Here is A, you got to go straight to B. I get you going to the sides, right? I get you curving. I get you to try to go around me, not through me. Teams that understand how to go through teams are really good, and they know how to break pressure. But if you're not really good at doing that, right, and it's all about, again, taking away the length and angles, now I got you playing in places that's going to put you at a disadvantage, right? So one thing in particular, we call it, is you want to, in a press situation, double teaming, you want to take people to what we call the coffin corners. And all we're talking about, playing that word with coffin, once you nail it shut, so to speak, it's a wrap, right? So where are the best places on a court to trap? Again, my makeshift court, showing you here, there's certain points of emphasis you want to trap, right? So in the corners, we want to make sure that we have players going to where, again, you're driving them with their chests, that they're going to the sides, to the corners where it's easier to double team. And then again, if two people are here double teaming, taking away the angles, and we got them in a coffin corner, you got your other three players that might be in a zone positioning, taking away the three spots that, they can cover ground in, which will be kind of going back, what you want the ball going back, because now you have to worry about really a 10-second or a shot clock, a 10-second getting the ball to a court violation. You want to take away the look from this player here that drove to the corner. You want to take away the ball getting back in the middle to kind of shift the defense. And then lastly, anything that can be advanced ahead. You can actually rely on, may not be a steal, but you can rely on a closeout that if the ball gets past here, somewhere in this area, this is this player's area of responsibility, that now you can shift back, right? We have people that can shift to get in position, but you want to take people to what we call, again, the coffin corners, where you force players to one side of the court and you take away the other side of the court, and you just make it very difficult. This is something, again, if you can do that, you'll never get embarrassed again, right? Now that you know how to use mentality and angles to double team like an expert, I want you to comment below with pressure to show us you are ready to double team with confidence. Go ahead and drop pressure in the comments. Now I'm going to show you the technique behind executing a double team that even the most elite athletic players can't break through. It's called sword fighting, right? It's called sword fighting. This is a technique I talked about. I teach whether a player is 6 years of age to 26 years of age. One, it's fun when you're 6. It's fun when you're 6 because you think about sword fighting as holding something, you're going up with your arm somewhere, and I just have some fun with it. When you're 26, it's just another way to get you emotionally engaged as you get older. Better. But just imagine, here is somebody with the basketball, right? And here is player 1, right? Look in the trap. Again, player 2, look in the trap, and we are creating this angle. And imagine the arms of the players kind of crossing each other, aka like a sword. Imagine my arms being here, but imagine my arms, one of them is pretty much out of it, but let me come over some. Imagine me being at an angle where I'm almost like in this V shape with my arms. My arms are like this in this V shape. You can only imagine my feet are kind of matching that same regard, right? And I got another player next to me doing the same thing. We're sword fighting, right? We got this player kind of cornered in as such in this shape where our arms and feet have this offensive player captured. And we're doing it to a place of space where now you have four arms, you have four or two sets of feet, right, are locking this player in where it's almost no chance. We took away their length and angles. We're not only putting them in a position in a coffin corner where they have no opportunity to pass the ball out, and then if we also relying on the other three players to be in position in a area of responsibility, almost like a zone-like, to take away the middle, take away the weak side pass, and any pass ahead attempt. So now that you know how to double team in basketball, how would you like to have a guy that covers all the must-know basketball principles and in what situation to apply them? Well, you are in luck. If you click on the link in the description of this video below, you can download the guide I put together as my gift to you. Enjoy it, keep sword fighting, and keep attacking.